Good morning, students. Today the concept is alpha particle trajectory. Here, as you know very well, before going to study the concept here, the alpha particle. What do you mean by alpha particle? You should know that one. The alpha particle is nothing but that is helium nucleus. Helium nucleus in the sense the alpha particle. What is alpha particle? There are number of elementary particles are there in which alpha particle, beta particle, but now we are using the alpha particle trajectory. We are studying about the alpha particle. This particle having 4 nucleons. Those are called as 2 protons and 2 neutrons together. That particle, that combination of the particle, we are going to call it as alpha particle. Or else you can call it as helium nucleus. Helium nucleus is also having that is 2 protons and 2 neutrons. That's why the number of the nucleons present in helium as well as the alpha particle is same. That's why alpha particle is also called as a helium nucleus. And here the concept is, the title is what we need to study today, the alpha particle trajectory. First of all, before going to study the concept, what do you mean by trajectory? The trajectory is nothing but it is the path of the object, or it is the curved path of the object which is moving in space. Trajectory, for example, you know very well two-dimensional motion, that is projectile motion. Whenever you are throwing a ball at a certain angle to a certain height, it is moving in the form of projectile. That path is called as a trajectory. What do you mean by trajectory? Trajectory, it is nothing but it is curved path. In the curved path, the object is moving, that too not on the ground. The object has to be moving in this space, not in the straight line. That path should be curved path. The object has to be moving in the space. That path of the object moving in the space, that is calling it as trajectory. Here there is a diagram. Here I have considered number of particles. Number of particles means here this is first alpha particle, second alpha particle, third, fourth, fifth. For convenience, I considered only 5 alpha particles, and this is a gold nucleus. I considered the one of the atom. That atom is a gold. I consider that is the gold nucleus. Why I consider here the gold nucleus? Because it is a heavy one. The gold atom is heavy one. That's why the gold nucleus I consider. And here these alpha particles are moving towards the gold nucleus in a straight direction. This is the first alpha particle, second, third, fourth, fifth. All the alpha particles, they are moving towards the gold nucleus with the kinetic energy is equal to, that is 7.7 million electron volt. Million electron volt, or else you can call it as 7.7 into 10 to the power of 6 electron volt. Million in the sense, in the scientific notation, that is 10 to the power 6. And here I considered one of the term, that is R. What is R here? This is the distance between alpha particle, which alpha particle? Third alpha particle is moving towards the gold nucleus and it became stopped here. And after that, whenever the alpha particle is present at this point, and the distance between the center of gold nucleus and the distance between the center of alpha particle, that is R. We can study what you mean by R later. And what is theta here? Whenever the alpha particle is moving, for example, just you can consider the first particle. The first alpha particle is moving in the straight direction. All the alpha particles are moving with this much kinetic energy. I am considered only first one. Whenever the first particle is moving in the straight direction, with the kinetic energy is equal to 7.7 into 10 to the power of 6 electron volt. At this point, the alpha particle is deflected with a certain angle. But the first particle has to move in a straight direction without deflection. But at this point, whenever the alpha particle reaches at this point, instead of moving in a straight direction, it is deflected at a certain angle, that is theta. What is the reason behind this one? Because whenever the alpha particle is reaching at this point, it experiences an electrostatic force of repulsion. That electrostatic repulsion, that one provided by the gold nucleus. What is the charge of the nucleus? You know very well. Charge of the nucleus, that is positive. That is positive. For example, I consider gold nucleus. Then what is the charge of the gold nucleus? As you know very well, nucleus charge can be calculated by using the formula, that is plus Z into E. What is this one? Z indicating number of nucleons present in the nucleus and and it is charge of one proton. It is not the charge of electron, this is the charge of proton. Means how many number of protons are there? Means the number of the protons is nothing but Z into charge of one proton. If you multiply these two, you are getting charge of this nucleus. Means here E is not negative, E is charge of not the electron, E is charge of proton, and Z is number of protons. Charge of one proton into number of protons, if you multiply, you are getting the total charge of this nucleus. And what is the sign here? This is charge of proton, in the sense total charge becomes positive. Means total charge of gold nucleus is plus Z into E. And next one, what is the charge of alpha particle? Charge of alpha particle, that is alpha particle charge is that is also plus 1. What is alpha particle? It is containing 2 protons plus 2 neutrons. All together this combination is called as a alpha particle. Here neutron is not having any charge and remaining 2 protons are there, that is 1e and 1e. 1 proton is E, here 2 protons are there, then its charge is 2e. Not a 4e because neutron is not having any charge. That's why 1 proton charge is E, here 2 protons are there, then total charge is 2 into E. This is E is nothing but here also proton, means this should be positive. Here charge of gold nucleus is plus Ze, here charge of alpha particles, that is plus 2 into E. This is also plus and this is also plus. Means if similar kind of charges are there, what is the electrostatic force of repulsion or attraction, that is same kind of charges, in the sense these charges experience the electrostatic force of repulsion. Whenever this alpha particle is moving in the straight direction with the kinetic energy that much, and at this point the distance between this alpha particle, center of alpha particle and center of gold nucleus becomes less. At this point there is an electrostatic force of attraction. At this point the alpha particle experiences an electrostatic force of attraction by the gold nucleus. That's why this is deflected in this direction instead of going in a straight direction. Because whenever the alpha particle is reaching at this point, this gold nucleus, that is pushing the alpha particle in this direction. What is the reason here? That is the reason, instead of going in a straight direction at this point, this alpha particle experiences electrostatic force of repulsion by the nucleus. That's why it is taking the direction at an angle theta. And here also, this is the second one. This is the second alpha particle. That particle is also moving with the same kinetic energy. And here, whenever this alpha particle reaches this point, whenever this second alpha particle reaches this point, it is experience again electrostatic force of attraction by the nucleus, because the distance between center to center, that is becomes less. That's why this nucleus is repelling this alpha particle in this direction, and this one is second one. And let us take, this is the third one. Third alpha particle is moving with the same kinetic energy. Whenever this alpha particle is moving towards the gold nucleus, initially this kinetic energy is equal to 7.7 into 10 to the power 6 electron volt, as you know very well. However, these alpha particles are coming closer to the nucleus, then electrostatic force of repulsion goes on, increases on the alpha particles. However, these alpha particles are moving towards the gold nucleus, this kinetic energy goes on, decreases. Means, let us consider alpha particle is present at this point. The distance between alpha particle and gold nucleus is more. That's why the force of repulsion is less. Next, you can consider the alpha particle is present at this point. The distance between alpha particle and gold nucleus is become less. Whenever the distance between those two become less, then electrostatic force of repulsion in between those two increases. Then as a result, the kinetic energy, means the speed of that alpha particle is decreases at this point compared to at this point here. However, this third alpha particle is gradually moving towards the gold nucleus. The distance between these two goes on decreases. As a result, the kinetic energy of the alpha particle goes on decreases. As you know very well, kinetic energy is depending upon velocity of the particle. However, velocity goes on decreases, kinetic energy goes on decreases, then kinetic energy goes on decreases in the sense. However, that kinetic energy goes on decreases, correspondingly its potential energy goes on increases. Whenever the third particle reaches at this point, completely its velocity becomes zero, means kinetic energy at the third particle, whenever it reaches at this point, the velocity becomes zero here, and as a result kinetic energy becomes zero, means kinetic energy becomes zero in the sense at this point its potential energy becomes maximum. Whenever this particle is whenever the particle velocity at this point completely becomes zero, then the distance between these two is, that is r. At this point, this alpha particle experience a maximum electrostatic force of repulsion by the nucleus. As a result, this nucleus repelling the alpha particle again back to the original path. Means whenever the third alpha particle reaching at this point, it experiences a electrostatic force of repulsion. As a result, again this third alpha particle is bouncing back at an angle of 180 degree. As you know very well, this is moving like this. Whenever it reaches at this point, this gold nucleus repelling the alpha particle again back. Whenever at this point this alpha particle experiences maximum electrostatic force of repulsion, again it bounces back at the same direction. Means what is the angle between these two? That is 180 degree. Next, fourth particle. This alpha particle is also moving with same kinetic energy, and however it is moving in the direction, kinetic energy goes on decreases. At this point, kinetic energy becomes zero and potential energy becomes maximum because of repulsion given by the gold nucleus. This is moving in this direction. And what is the scattering angle? Because it has to move a straight line. Instead of moving in a straight line, it is deflected in this direction. Then what is the scattering angle? That is theta. For the same fifth particle is also same. It is fifth particle moving with same kinetic energy. Kinetic energy goes on decreases. Whenever it reaches at this point, its kinetic energy becomes zero. As a result, potential energy becomes maximum, and it experiences electrostatic force of repulsion by the nucleus. That's why it is somewhat deflecting in this direction with a scattering angle, that is theta. And here this is alpha particle trajectory. Here one of the term is there, that is b. What is b here? The b is nothing but this is the perpendicular distance between, that is gold center of gold nucleus to the initial path of alpha particle. Let us consider here the second particle is there. Where is the center of the gold nucleus? This is the center of the gold nucleus. And what is the direction of the second particle? This is the direction of the second particle. In between, what is the perpendicular distance? This is the perpendicular distance. Means is this point indicating center of nucleus, and what is the path of the second particle? This is the path of the second particle. Means this is the perpendicular distance. I am calling it as b. This perpendicular distance between center of gold nucleus to the alpha particle, that is called as b. And b, there is a word, that word is we are calling, that is impact parameter. Impact parameter indicated as b. What do you mean by impact parameter? This is indicated as b. It is very important term. What do you mean by impact parameter? That is indicated by b. Impact parameter is nothing but that is the perpendicular distance between center of nucleus to the path of one particle. What is that particle? Alpha particle. For example, what is the impact parameter for first particle? That is again impact parameter indicated by b, and this is the value of b. For which particle? First particle. Means impact parameter for the first particle, that is center of the distance between, or perpendicular distance between gold nucleus and path of the first particle. This is the path of the first particle. This distance is called as impact parameter for the which particle? For the first particle. For the second particle, this is the impact parameter. For the fourth particle, this is the impact parameter. For the fifth particle, this is the impact parameter. This distance corresponding to all the alpha particles, we can find out the impact parameter. And one more thing from the diagram, just you can observe very carefully here. For the first particle, here scattering angle theta is very less compared to second particle. But here just you can compare the impact parameter for the second particle, that is b, is less, and impact parameter for the first particle, that is b, is very more compared to second one. And here the first particle scattering angle is theta. For the first particle, the theta is very less compared to second particle. For first particle, theta is less. Here, this is the theta value for first particle. Theta is less, but impact parameter b is more. Impact parameter b is more. is B is more compared to first one. This is not B is more, B is less. B is less for the first particle, theta is more. Theta is more. Here theta is less, here theta is more. This is for first particle, and for second particle. For second particle, theta is for the first particle theta is less, impact parameter B is more. And for the second particle theta is more, impact parameter B is less. Compare here, theta is less compared to this theta, and here B is more compared to second particle. By seeing this one, what is the relation between impact parameter B and theta? That is, if scattering angle is more, then impact parameter becomes very less. Impact parameter becomes less. That is for one particle. Just you can consider for one particle, theta is less. For the first particle, theta is less, but impact parameter, this perpendicular distance, is more. If you consider for second particle, theta is more. Here theta is more, but perpendicular distance, that is impact parameter, becomes less. Means what is the relation between those two? That is, if theta becomes more, then impact parameter, that is perpendicular distance between center of nucleus to the center of alpha particle, become less. Or if B value increases and theta decreases. This is impact parameter. What is the definition of impact parameter? This is just the perpendicular distance between center of nucleus to the center path of the particle. What is the path of the particle? That particle is nothing but an alpha particle. That distance, that perpendicular distance, is called as impact parameter. Then we can write the definition of impact parameter. What is the impact parameter? That is the perpendicular impact parameter. It is very important term, indicated as the definition. You can write it is perpendicular distance between center of nucleus to the initial path of alpha particle. Initial path of alpha particle is called as alpha particle. This distance is called as impact parameter. By the diagram, you can observe carefully here. For the first particle, what is the impact parameter? This much is the impact parameter. And for the second particle, this is the impact parameter. For the fourth particle, this is the impact parameter. But what is impact parameter for third particle? That is 0. For first particle, impact parameter is this much. For second particle, this is impact parameter. For third particle, there is no distance between center of alpha particle to the center of gold nucleus. For impact parameter means B value. For third particle is 0. Again, impact parameter for fourth particle is again this much. Again, impact parameter for fifth particle again increases. And here, what is the relation between that scattering angle and impact parameter? If scattering angle is less, if scattering angle that is theta is less, then impact parameter, that is impact parameter becomes more. This is the relation between theta, scattering angle theta, and impact parameter. Next here, one more term is there. This term is very important. This R is called as, this is distance between, for example, this R is only applying to the third particle, and this R is called as, there is a word, the R is from the diagram. One more word important, that is distance of closest approach. Distance of closest approach. Distance of closest approach indicated from the diagram as R. What is the distance of closest approach? Here from the diagram you can observe here very carefully. For third particle I am talking, and here there is a term that is R. Whenever third particle it is moving with certain kinetic energy, that is 7.7. Whenever it is moving with kinetic energy, gradually its kinetic energy goes on and decreases. As a result, how much the quantity of the kinetic energy goes on decreases, that much potential energy goes on decreases. Here the kinetic energy goes on decreases, and whenever the particle reaches at this point, completely its kinetic energy becomes zero, and the potential energy at this point becomes maximum. Means kinetic energy is completely converted as a potential energy. At this point, whenever the kinetic energy becomes, it means that its velocity is zero at this point. Means further it is not moving. Let us consider whenever third alpha particle is reaching at this point, its velocity completely becomes zero, and whenever it is present at this point, this gold nucleus, what it is doing? It is repelling the alpha particle again in the back direction. Again, the third alpha particle, it is coming here and again bouncing back in the same direction. In angle, what is the beta angle there here? That is becomes 180 degrees. It is moving, initially it is moving up to this point, again it is bouncing back, means it is deflected or scattered, or it is bouncing back with a scattering angle theta is equal to 180 degree. Then this distance is called as, that is distance of closest approach. It means that whenever the particle is bouncing back by the nucleus, and how much distance it has to be covered in order to reach the center of the nucleus. Means the remaining distance, that distance from center of nucleus to the alpha particle, at that point it is bouncing back. That minimum distance we are going to call it as distance of closest approach. And how to define this one? This is the minimum distance. Distance of closest approach in the sense, it is the minimum distance. At that point, the alpha particle is bouncing back at an angle of 180 degree. That minimum distance is called as distance of closest approach. And how to define this one? And it is minimum distance of alpha particle from center of nucleus, at that point or at which is, don't take it as a point, at which means at that distance, at which alpha particle bounce back at an angle of 180 degree. At an angle of 180 degree. This is theta value. Theta is equal to 180 degree. This minimum distance of the alpha particle at which it is reflecting back by the nucleus at an 180 degree scattering angle, that distance is called as distance of closest approach, indicated as R. And this is the distance of closest approach. And the impact parameter for the third particle is 0. Means there is no distance in between perpendicular distance between center of nucleus to the center of alpha particle, and this is called as distance of alpha particle, minimum distance from the gold nucleus. That distance we are going to call it as distance of closest approach, indicated by R. Just you can remember, this is very important term, as well as impact parameter. And next one, here I used gold nucleus. Is it possible to find the gold nucleus, R value for gold nucleus? Yes, it is possible. How to find out that one? Calculation of distance of closest approach. Let us consider here. Let us consider the electrostatic force of repulsion between gold nucleus and this alpha particle can be calculated by using formula, that is F, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, that is Q1 Q2 divided by R square. This is electrostatic. This is the theoretical formula you studied already in the first topic, electrostatics. Electrostatic force of attraction or as repulsion can be calculated by using this formula. Q1 is charge of the first particle, Q2 is charge of the first particle, and R square is, that is the minimum distance between center of first particle to the center of second particle. And let us consider this force of repulsion F is equal to, this can be written as, if you calculate this value, 1 by 4 into 3.142 epsilon naught value no variable 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12, and if you calculate this value you are getting 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton, and into what is Q1, I am considering Q1 as alpha particle. What is the charge of the alpha particle? That is 2 into E. And next I am taking Q to second particle. What is charge of the second particle? That is gold nucleus. That is a plus Z. That is plus Z into E divided by, this is R square. And by using this relation you can find out the electrostatic force of repulsion in between the first particle and second particle, but the R value I don't know here. And next one, what is the potential energy? Whenever the particle is moving from first initial position to this point, its total kinetic energy is converted as a potential energy. And how to find out potential energy? By using the formula, the potential energy can be calculated by using the formula, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by, this is R. The for potential energy calculation for electric potential energy, it is not become R square. This is general formula. For electrostatic force of attraction when calculated, whenever you are using the force, you can take, that is square of the distance, but whenever we are finding the potential energy, we are not taking this as R square. This is potential energy formula, and here R can be written as, R is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught and Q1 Q2 divided by potential energy. Let us take, this is equation number 1 here. Just I replace the R and taken R to this side, and potential energy, it is I taken in denominator at the right side. And you know very well, that is general concept, the kinetic energy, loss of kinetic energy is equal to gain of potential energy. Let us consider here, this is the particle, it is moving with certain kinetic energy. Whenever this particle is reaching at this point and its velocity becomes 0, in the sense its total kinetic energy is converting as a potential energy at this point. Whatever it is the kinetic energy lost by the particle, that is storing it as a potential energy. That's why loss of kinetic energy is equal to gain of potential energy. We can write here kinetic energy is equal to potential energy, and here kinetic energy can be written as, what is potential energy? This is potential energy can be written as, that one, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R. And here take R this side, R is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by kinetic energy taken in the denominator, this becomes kinetic energy. And here R is equal to, this can be written as 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton, and into what is Q1, charge of alpha particle, take it as, that is 2 into E, 2 as it is, and what is E? E is charge of proton, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. And next one, what is Q2? Q2 is, that is charge of gold nucleus. Gold nucleus can be written as, that is Z into E. What is Z? Atomic number. What is the atomic number for Z? That is 79. 79. Atomic number for Z is, that is 79. And again E charge of proton 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and divided by, I already told you, each and every particle is moving with how much kinetic energy? That is 7.7 million electron volt. 7.7 into 10 to the power of 6 electron volt. And if you calculate electron volt is nothing but, again you have to write E is nothing but 1.6 into, and here substitute all the values. This is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is this much. Q1 is that is 2 into E, that is charge of alpha particle, 2 into E. Q2 is charge of the gold nucleus, that is Z into E. Z means for gold particle, atomic number for Z is 79. Again E value 1.6, again divided by kinetic energy. Each and every alpha particle moving with the kinetic energy, that is this much. Substitute all the values, 7.7 into 10 to the power 6 electron volt, and electron volt you can convert this in charge of the electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Substitute. After calculation, the R value per gold nucleus becomes 30 into 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. R you can write it as R is equal to 30 Fermi meter. Means what is 1 Fermi? That is 1 Fermi is equal to 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. You can write this answer or you can write this answer, and this is distance of closest approach in between alpha particle and which nucleus? Gold nucleus. Or if you use the another nucleus, if you use instead of gold, if you use a sulfur nucleus, in the sense how to find out R value? Just you can replace the Z value. For sulfur particle, what is atomic number? That is 16. Then you can find out R value for sulfur nucleus. Or instead of sulfur, if you use phosphorus, then R is changes. Then you can substitute for phosphorus, Z is equal to 15, and calculate R value. And each and every nucleus or atom, this R values goes on changes. And here R is equal to 30 Fermi meter. This is a calculated for which nucleus? That is for gold nucleus. Just you can remember these two definitions. These are very important for your exam. And this calculate is not needed. And this diagram is needed for your examination. And thank you.